Howdy, y'all. The Kentucky Wildcats are getting ready to make the trek down to Nashville, Tennessee, to take on the Oklahoma Sooners, a rematch that I think everybody wants after that game in Norman a few weeks ago. Oklahoma beats Georgia. The Cats will get things rocking and rolling tonight against the Sooners. It's going to be a fun one, and we're going to talk about it on today's episode of the Wildcats Today Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Stefaniak, publisher over at Kentucky Wildcats on SI, joined by Carson Nash. And Carson, I'm going to paint a picture for you, and then I want you to just give me an 8-word, 10-word response to this, okay? So in about 4 hours, maybe 5, we're going to be rooftop poolside with a Busch Light in the beautiful city of Nashville, Tennessee. How does that make you feel?
Well, let's just say this. I've been looking forward to this trip for a very, very long time, probably since the last year ended,
Yeah.
So this has been on the calendars for a long time. So I'm going to enjoy every minute of this trip that we get.
Are you see, I can't wear this hat because this is Mike's hat and I had to steal it from his room. He's gonna be pissed about that. Are you gonna wear that hat downtown? You got that in you?
Yeah, I'll wear it one night. I don't think I can wear it all every night, but I'll wear it one day.
Andrew Stefaniak may or may not have cowboy boots for the occasion that he purchased. So it's gonna be hey Beer, I got bad news. I woke up today. So dial it in. All right, we'll talk a little round ball now. Carson, who would you have rather played? Oklahoma or Georgia? Who would you have rather? Now, I'm not saying emotion. I'm saying what would have been the better matchup for Kentucky, you think? And then we'll talk about what happened.
Oh, goodness. Honestly, I would have probably rather played Georgia just for the revenge factor. And instead of, getting the revenge factor, it's more of Oklahoma trying to get the revenge factor on you with all that built up. So that is a big storyline. But I also think Georgia's very physical and can't really score the ball as well as Oklahoma can. So I think we match up better with Georgia. But I think we could still beat Oklahoma. I mean, they're not that great. We saw down there. Plus, it's going to be a home game tonight. That's what I'm excited about. It's going to be 90% Kentucky fans. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's our Super Bowl. So, I mean, I don't know what else you could ask for, but yeah, Oklahoma, man, I did not think they were going to win this game, which, thanks, Georgia, because you win that game, I win $100, and I'm not stoked about the way you played in the last 4 minutes. But Oklahoma was playing for their lives last night. They lose. I don't think they make the tournament. Obviously, Lenardi isn't the end-all, be-all, but I don't think they make the NCAA tournament if they lose last night. And that's what their coach, Porter Moser, was preaching. You want to play in the big dance? You got to win this game. And I'll tell you this. Obviously, I think that they're now in. I think safely in, but I think Porter Moser's going to push the. We're not sure yet. You got to keep winning. He's going to push that narrative of this. They're playing for their lives. They might not be, but he's going to push the narrative that they are. So this you're getting a team that's going to want it a lot and probably need it more than you need it. So those are the scariest teams to play. That's why when I look back, I'm like, why did I pick Georgia in my pick 'em? Because I kind of thought it felt like Oklahoma was kind of chalk because everyone was saying, but I'm like, I don't know. I think Georgia's going to win. I should have gone with the team fighting for their life. And so Kentucky's got to, take down a team that's fighting for their life. So here's my question for you, Carson. Last time we saw these two teams match up, which was only 2 weeks ago, in Norman, Oklahoma. Otega Owe, I forget what it was. Wasn't it the last 18 points he scored?
Yeah, it was last 18 points, but he scored 22 in the second half. How many did he score in the second half?
He scored 28 total, and I believe that's right. But so here's my question. Obviously, Robinson played 12 minutes in this game. That was the game where it was kind of like he's done for. But where do you get offense now? I don't think he's going to do that again. I think he's going to have 20 points tonight, but I don't think he's just going to take over a game. Where do the Cats need to get offense in this ball game tonight?
Well, if you do remember, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check here just so I'm not spitting out nonsense. Yeah, we shot 7 of 23 from 3 against them the first time. So 1, I don't expect that to happen again. 2, you weren't fully healthy down there. Andrew Carr was still banged up. Lamont's still banged up. Brea didn't have the best game. So, like, you were missing a lot of pieces in that game and still came out with the victory. So I think the way this team's playing right now, defensively as well as such good top 5 offense, I mean, there's no reason that we can't beat this team.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I'll tell you another thing. Mike's got a peanut head. My goodness.
No, yeah, I was gonna say this hat is shout out to Will Moore, friend of the show. But this is his cowboy hat that he gave to me for my birthday a while back. But it's a little loose, you know. He's got a noggin.
He's got a noggin? I don't feel like Wilmer doesn't have a noggin. Evidently, I got a noggin, or Mike's got a micro noggin. It's one or the other. I don't know which is which. But I agree with you in that take of I think Butler and Carr were playing at 75, 80%, and they're probably both over 95% now. Obviously, Butler's out there looking like a cyborg with his brace, but I think this is the healthiest. Obviously, Robinson and Kerr are done for the year, but I think this is the healthiest we've been kind of collectively as a team. And those two guys, I think, are pretty close to 100%. There's going to be the narrative. You're going to see it. I bet you $5 if you're watching the game on TV, they show the ending of that game with the jawing. How do you think? I mean, BG talked his crap, man. Sometimes I feel like you talk your crap because you think, well, we're not going to play him again. Well, you're playing him again. But hey, Oklahoma talked their crap too. What do you think about that side of this game?
Well, what I was going to say is if you go back and watch that game, it was actually Jalen Moore who started the crap talking in the first quarter. When he went on his 8-0 run himself, he loves to run his mouth. So I think BG just kind of got way too into the game, and that's what kind of came out of that. But I think Mark Pope's going to have these guys' heads straight on their shoulders. You know, he knows how much this game means. So I don't think we're going to see any of that nonsense to where it could impact us negatively. But you will see Oklahoma try to come into this game and get in our heads 100% because that's one of the only ways they can win this game.
The other Jalen Moore and Jeremiah Fears combined for 38 of Oklahoma's 82 points the last time these two teams met up. So I mean that's a bulk of their offense. Fears scored 29 last night on 8 of 16 shooting. It felt like about 18 million of those points came from the free throw line. 9 of them did. He was 9 to 12. He's a merchant, just like Sears. I'm upset because of my parlay. Is why I'm mad at Sears, Oklahoma. Merchant.
Luckily, I took Oklahoma plus like 5.5 or whatever it was.
I should have done that because I thought it was going to be close, but that was just because I should have gotten the value.
I just knew Georgia doesn't blow anybody out, so like I knew it was going to be close.
That was stupid on my part. Like I knew it as soon as it was halftime. I'm like, this was stupid. I'm an idiot. I'm going to cost myself like 10 beers right now. But you know, last night in this game, it was a great game from Fears, 29 points, like we said. Jalen Moore goes for 14. Mo Waggy, the former Alabama Crimson Tide guy, was on their Final Four team, had a really good game. He's in their starting lineup now. He was 4-7 from the field, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, but he looked good, man. And he's kind of a big, I believe he's 6'10", 225 pound. Not really one of those like fluid guys, but he's a rebounder. And I want to see the kind of he only played 12 minutes against us last game, but Sam Godwin didn't play last night. I believe his first name's Sam, isn't it? I know his last name's Godwin. Is it Sam?
That's the guy that looks like he's 40.
Yeah, he actually is from this. He grew up best friends with Jackson Robinson. They're both from Ada, Oklahoma.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we do have a lot of guys from Oklahoma.
I noticed that on the at media days. I was sitting with Jack Pilgrim and Zach Agan, and we were talking about that. And I was like, man, this kid's from the same city as J-Rob. I wonder if they know each other. And they did know each other. But the so if Godwin doesn't play, which I mean, if he doesn't play last night for the season, you tell me he's playing tonight. I don't know if I'm buying that. It sounds like he's close, but I'm not buying that if he's not playing last night with the season on the line, he's going to play today. Which means more Mo Waggy, and he played really well last night. He looked good. He looked really good. So that's someone to monitor in this game. Carson, I mean, besides Ortega, who do you want to see have a good game tonight for the Cats?
I've been saying this. I think Kobe Brea is the key to our run here, because you kind of know what you're getting out of every starter. You're getting good defense and control of pace out of Lamont. You're getting slashing and scoring and good defense from Ortega. Kobe Brea, Andrew Carr's the glue guy. He's the guy that holds you down. Amari Williams is your beast inside. And then Kobe Brea is the guy that has to go and make 4 to 5, up to 7 3-pointers a game, because you're going to need that scoring in replace of Jackson Robinson. And the continued success of Colin Chandler is big too. I think that's crucial off the bench. So those two guys I'm really looking at to pick up on the scoring for us.
I think the really interesting way I look at Kobe Brea is he has, of our players, the biggest difference of ceiling and floor per game. Amari Williams is going to give you 8 to 14 points a game, and obviously have his like 16 point, 18 point games, but that's his kind of range. Lamont's going to give you kind of that same range. Ortega's going to give you kind of, 14 to 20, like kind of a 6-point range. Carr's going to give you 8 to 14, kind of that same kind of range there. It's Brea. He can give you 6 or he can give you 28 on any given night. And it just depends on if he's getting his shots, if he's getting open looks, what he's doing, shooting the ball. So I agree. I wrote an article on my website, Kentucky Wildcats on his side, saying the same thing. He, I think, is the X factor to a run in Nashville and to a run in the NCAA tournament because you know what you're getting out of the rest of your players. I think the games where you get boom games out of Kobe Brea or where you really blow teams out. Obviously, we've lost some games where he's played well, but you win a lot when he plays well. And we pulled up that stat like a month ago. Like in Kentucky's wins, he averaged like 12 points, and in the losses, he averaged like 7 or something. And I forget the exact number, but I mean, the point being, the Cats are better when Kobe Brea is scoring points. And now he's obviously playing a lot more with Jackson Dunn for the year with that wrist surgery, which went well, it sounds like, by the way. So I think that he needs to have a big game tonight. And I'll tell you this, a 2 seed is still out there for the Kentucky Wildcats. As of right now, I'm going to check on
we're the top 3 seed on Lenardi's.
That's what I was going to check. That the last I saw, I don't know how that would have changed unless
we were number 9 overall.
So I don't know if we're still here. Did it change? Were we in the South when you saw that? Do you know?
It's weird because he won't put us with another SEC team. It's like mixed up.
Oh, well, I think
it's based off the numbers.
But I mean, there's some teams you can root against to where if we, because once again, we don't think the Sunday game matters, but if you make it to Saturday, if you win on Saturday, I think Kentucky's going to be a 2 seed. I really do. I wouldn't buy it.
Oh, I agree. I think if you make it to Saturday, I think there's a good chance if you win Saturday for sure.
Yeah. So I'm with you. So Carson, you got any other thoughts on this ball game? I think that we're itching. We're itching to get the poolside, I just poolside, the 30 rack Busch Light in a container of some kind, obviously grandparents who I love very much listening to this podcast. Poolside, it's just in an 80-degree day in Nashville. What more could you ask for, Carson Nash? What more could you ask for on a Thursday morning?
I don't know. I mean, you can't ask for anything better. I mean, maybe the weather to get a little nicer. It's a little dreary right now. But
on Saturday it's going to be dreary. I thought it's going to be nice today. What happened?
It is supposed to be nice. I'm just talking about like right at this moment.
Oh well, let's go ahead and give a weather report for Nashville. Nashville weather report, courtesy of the Wildcats Today Podcast. High is 76. That'll play. I find this funny. It's obviously 10 in the morning when we're recording this. Not early in the morning, but still, heck, I work from home. I'm grumpy until about noon. That's just the reality. So when we're in this good of a mood, now I don't want to hear the comments. It's 10. We're not saying it's early, but we're saying, you know what I mean? It's still the morning, and I'm in a heck of a good mood. And it's strictly because we're going to Nashville, Tennessee. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I can say we could have like a Nashville Today podcast today where we just talk about the Nashville trip, and I think we could go for like an hour. So any other thoughts on this big time matchup, Carson, before we get into score predictions and all of that?
I really do think this game's going to be chippy, so keeping our heads in check is going to be big in this one. We can't get any egregious technicals or flagrants because giving them points is going to be a killer. Because I think you win this one pretty easily straight up if you don't do any of that crap. So, Jalen Moore and Fears are going to try to bait you into that crap because they've been talking. Did you see the post-game interviews? They're like, are you ready for this game? And Jalen Moore was like, he like gave him a little look and a wink. He's like, yeah, I'm definitely ready for this game. So, you know what they're going to try to bring to the table. And I think the Cats shut it down.
Hit somebody. I'm just fired up today. Come on. I got Mike's little peanut cowboy hat on. I'm fired up. It's gonna, yeah. I think I agree. I think you need Otega to have another good day. Stay out of the drama. Stay out of the bull crap. Just go win the game. You're better than they are. Don't play that game with them. So that is the kind of my thoughts here. I think Brea needs to have a good shooting day. But yeah, I mean, we're to the point now. Colin Chandler, it'd be great to get another 8 points out of him. But I mean, we're kind of to the point with our starters, aside from Brea, where I think you kind of know what you're going to get. I want to see Colin Chandler give you 8 points tonight, 8+ points. That'd be a really ideal if you get 8 points out of Chandler. I think if you get 8 points out of Chandler, we win this game for sure. So Carson, you want to give me a score prediction and an MVP?
Yep, I got the Cats coming out on top. First win in Nashville since 2019. It's going to be a big day, a lot of fun, a lot of energy in that building. They're going to hear me. I know they're going to hear me.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the Cats 91-78. I think the Cats were 13 points. I think it's a good win, and I think we're moving on and we're getting ready to go on a run.
Yeah. MVP? Did you say an MVP?
Yeah, I got Andrew Carr back to back. I think he's going to tear Jalen Moore up. I think Jalen Moore doesn't know
he's healthier now, for sure. He's healthier now to help defend him.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I'm going to go Cats 86-77. So is that an 11-point win? I'm calling it right now. We're not going to be able to bet on it in Tennessee because you can't bet on player props. And more than likely, this guy won't be on player props. But I believe for the first time this season, the Wildcats Today podcast is taking Colin Chandler as a game MVP. I think he's going to score. I'm going to be safe and say 10, but I think he's going to score 12 points tonight. That's my bold take for it. I think he scores 12 points tonight.
12 and some classic Colin Chandler defense.
Yes, and some great defense. Now we have a birthday shout out, Carson Nash, to throw out there.
Huge birthday today.
Huge birthday. Clay Anderson, the GOAT, the friend of the program, will be in a vehicle with him heading down to Nashville here in about T-minus an hour. Happy birthday, Clay. We're gonna have a fun night tonight. Carson, any thoughts on Clay? It's birthday. Any update?
It's his Pat Connaughton year, as we like to say. Not the Kobe year, the Pat Connaughton year. But shout out to Clay. Been one of my best buds since kindergarten. So exciting stuff there. We're gonna get wild tonight.
We're gonna celebrate. Tonight's be a good one. Listen, everybody, enjoy this ball game tonight. Hopefully, we see some of y'all in Nashville. Carson says he's buying shots. If we do, just kidding. You didn't say that, but maybe.
It's the ceremonial first shot. It's like the Olympic torch. There's always one.
As the resident beer drinker of the group, I'm not excited about that. That's like the only part of today I'm not looking forward to is that shot y'all are going to force me to take. I'm not doing tequila. I'll do vodka. I'm not doing tequila. Tequila, I will.
I'm going to get you a Ruppelmint.
No, no, that won't happen. So hope everyone enjoys this tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully the Cats go deep. We really appreciate y'all being here. Hit that subscribe button. Big one tonight. And we'll see y'all next time right here on the Wildcats Today podcast.